Hi, this is Vicki with Learning Home Volunteers, and welcome to this learning session for the holiday season. After some conversations with our families, you included, we are going to share some of the traditions of the Christmas holiday season. In our session, we're going to help decorate the house, fill the home with delightful smells, make and wrap a present or two, play some games, and even have some activities left over to help us celebrate New Year's Eve. While you are enjoying time with your family, Learning Home Volunteers will be raising money to allow us to enroll more children in our program. One of the things that inspires our donors is to hear your stories about how the program has changed your home or your child. So, if you're interested, we would love to record your message to future donors to let them know how their money they donate makes a difference. If you're interested, please contact Mariana. Well, we have some delightful books for this learning session. Our first book is about the adorable puppy Spot. Um, Spot is getting ready for Christmas and is doing the things that we would do to prepare for Christmas, but just not as good. Our next book is by Anna Dooney called Llama Llama Jingle Bells. Everywhere that Llama goes, he hears bells. And there's so much to do during the Christmas time. So he finds bells everywhere he goes. Our next book is one of my favorite series about a cat named Mog. Um, from Mog's perspective, things are getting very strange at his house. There are strange smells. Everyone is busy and they have no time to play with him. And a lot of the things are really scary. Um, can you guess what's happening at Mog's house? And then we actually have a New Year book uh, called P Bear's New Year Party. Well, finally, P Bear has decided to have a party at his house to celebrate the new year. And each hour that goes by, a new set of guests arrive. Can you name and count all of those that come? Well, let's do our first activity. We're going to do paper chains, and paper chains are so much fun. They are super easy to make. And to start, you take one of the strips of paper, add glue on one side, and then glue the ends together. On the second and subsequent strips, before you do your glue, you slip the new piece of paper through the current one and then do your glue again and then glue the two ends together. Now you can use alternate colors or different kinds of paper. We've seen people making snakes with paper chains. You can count down the days to Christmas by adding numbers on it, or a vacation, or maybe you're counting down to your birthday, or you could use them to decorate a tree as garland, or you could make a very tall snowman by attaching a hat to the top. Um, and I've even seen them used as a paper curtain or a backdrop for photographs. Honestly, paper chains are so versatile. They're super fun to make. Activity number two, we're going to actually make candy canes, and I think of candy canes are as a definitely as a holiday treat. Normally peppermint, but for us, we thought we would take the inspiration to do some fine motor threading. And this time we're going to use pipe cleaners and, well, Fruit Loops cereal. In a bag marked number two, you'll find ample Fruit Loops and two pipe cleaners um, to make two candy canes. You can start by cutting the pipe cleaners to be the size of whatever you want your candy canes to be, and then bend the pipe cleaner into that classic candy cane shape, and then have children add the Fruit Loops from the bottom. as they push them past the up the little pipe cleaner, you can bend the top to have a little bend to keep them from falling off, and then use the same kind of bendy thing at the end to keep them from falling off. Your finished products is certainly beautiful enough to garnish a Christmas tree. But if it's anything like what happened here at the warehouse, some of the Fruit Loops got eaten. Well, in other words, we don't have any candy canes left. Well, this is activity number 3. I think it's a wonderful time to immortalize the holiday season with something that will appear in your home each holiday season. And a perfect way to do that is to make ornaments. We have 3 different kind of ornaments for your child to create. The first is a cardboard circle that can be decorated with crayons or markers or tissue circles or even glitter glue. And you're going to find all of those things in bag number 3. The second is making Christmas bells. The bell is actually made from an egg carton, a pipe cleaner, and a bell. The third one is a super fancy ornament, actually a kit that turns into a see-through ornament, which I think is so cool. And we'll talk you through what that looks like. I think the circles are self-explanatory, so I think we'll start with the egg carton bell. In your bag, you're going to find 2 egg carton sessions. The good news is your little one is going to have to first cut the egg carton to actually make it bell shaped. So you want to trim the bottoms to create that shape. And once that's done, you want to basically decorate the outside of the bell. In our example, they used paint and fancy glues on sequins, but you can glue on paper scraps, buttons, pom-poms, whatever you like to decorate it. And once it's complete, you want to take the pipe cleaner and poke it through the top of the egg carton, and then bend on the top a little hook to attach to the tree, and then the bell goes to the bottom of the pipe cleaner. I want to remind you guys that have small children that the bell itself is a choking hazard, so be careful. Our fancy see-through ornament comes actually with cellophane pieces, colored pieces of plastic that you can see through, and tissue paper in case you like that effect better. And it's all attached to a black frame. You want to use your glue stick to apply glue all over the frame and then attach your tissue paper or cellophane to that frame. Once you've got everything kind of where you want to cut around the frame and cut off any excess that, kind of exceeded the frame. Inside, you're going to find a yellow square, which is actually a piece of sticky paper attached to the yellow square. The sticky paper is really hard to separate from its backing, and I found that the best thing to do was to fold a corner of the yellow piece and then rub it on the corner, and then all of a sudden it starts to separate. Pull it off and then stick it to the back of the frame. That'll seal the cellophane underneath it and keep it safe. Make a hole in the frame and attach it to the tree with a string, or actually to the window if you like. Really stunning and nice addition to any Christmas tree. Well, this is activity number 4. We're going to actually make a pop-up card. One of the things I like a lot about Christmas is getting Christmas cards. My children used to make pop-up cards because they're really easy to make and they seem very fancy because when you open them up, something unexpected happens, which is kind of fun. You will need markers, crayons, glue sticks, and the materials that are contained in the bag marked number 4. You should have a paper angel and some sparkly pipe cleaners in case your angel needs a halo, cotton ball in case the wings of the angel need to be soft. And then there are 2 pieces of paper, one white, one red. The white piece of paper is actually going to be the inside sheet, and it'll be used to create the pop-up effect by cutting a notch where you want the angel to pop up. So let me show you what that looks like. This person wants their angel to pop up right in the middle. So they're cutting this notch right where the pop up will happen. After notching it, you open the paper and you want to pull that notch forward so it looks like this. And that notch is where you're going to glue the angel themselves. Now, what you want to do is then decorate your page first before gluing the guy on. And once your page is decorated, you can glue the white page to the yellow or to the red page. And then the last step is to glue the angel right on the piece where you can see where the flower is here on that notch. And when you close it, the angel will disappear. When you open it up, the angel will pop up. Well, that's all for this week. I look forward to talking to you next week and get to the next set of fun holiday things.